I was passing this guy once on the street, and I was wearing a Rolex. And he goes, wow, man, what'd that watch cost? I go, I guess at that time, $10,000, $12,000. He goes, my watch cost $3 and we have the same time. And I go, wow, that's the point. It's not about the time. It's about the sense of accomplishment that you say, okay, I'm gonna reward myself for perhaps doing something right in my life. And that's what watch collecting to me. It's not about keeping time. It's about keeping in step with where you are in life. I don't buy anything unless I really feel drawn to it. The one thing that seems to be pervasive over all of these watches is they attract me emotionally. I think they're rather bold statements, and they just strike me at the right time. I said, you know what, I need that kind of watch, or I need this heavier type watch, or maybe I need a sporting type watch. So all of these basically track the different moods and the ebbs and flow of what I'm feeling at that particular time. Oh, the 5711, what can I say? This is the Mac Daddy. This is the one that started them all. The whole Nautilus movement. This is green-faced, very valuable. I don't know why I'm selling it, because I'm stupid, I guess, but I'm gonna do it anyway for those fact-hungry people. This is the first time they use diamonds on steel, so it makes quite a statement. This is the Mac Daddy. If you're a serious watch collector and you wanna make a statement, this one doesn't whisper, it screams. And this is his cousin from New Jersey. He's pretty valuable too. 5711, again, this is getting back to the basics. If you want to be on the front line of a trend, this is when this watch came to the forefront and hasn't slowed down since. It's probably the most iconic watch Patek ever made in the sporting genre. You know, sometimes you just do it right, you nail it perfectly, and you go, oh, what can I do to make it better? The answer is nothing. You did it. So just enjoy. This is actually a recent acquisition. I think it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful blue, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful watch. But I thought, you know, I got to share the happiness with other people, so I'm going to put it up out there for someone else to wear. There's something about a blue and a green dial. It's attractive. Some people may prefer gray or neutral or black, but for me, these are vibrant, they're earth tones in a sense. This was a fantastic acquisition. I love it. I thought it was just pure beauty. This is really a piece of gold. This Cartier watch was given to me. I was at the Deauville Film Festival, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 years ago. And I was having dinner with the president of Cartier. And we had a good time. We were talking about horses and so on and so forth. And the next day at the hotel was this extraordinary piece of watchmaking. Again, there's a pattern here. You can see there's a sort of a rhythm that goes on with all these watches. They're a certain size, which at that time was, you know, the heavier, bulkier watches. As I get older, I tend to shift my preferences, but this again marks a certain period of time. Also, this big door knocker here, it's engraved to commemorate that moment. So this is the real deal, folks. I started collecting when I finally came into some money. I had just finished Rocky, and there was Greg Allman of the Allman Brothers. And I guess he was very tired, so his arm was hanging in the aisle. And on his wrist was something very similar to this. This is a Rolex Tropical, but it's very much like this. Actually, it was all gold, just like this. And it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. So when I finally got a few bucks together, I went out and bought this gold Submariner. And that was the beginning of my love affair for Rolex watches in general. And that was it. But thank you, Greg Allman, for sleeping and hanging your arm in the aisle. It's changed my whole trajectory. You've cost me a fortune, Greg. Just saying. Ah, what a surprise. Green. This watch provided hours and hours of joy. It was just beautiful, non-stop, complimentary, Roman numerals, just different, unique, just pure class, just pure class. Oh, it says Sly on the back. So I can relate to this watch a lot. And it is just a beautiful conversation piece. Can't go wrong with that. This one here, this is from Expendables 2. I mean, I put this thing through its paces. Underwater, above water, in the sand, fight scenes, you name it, action. Now, this Panerai is bronze. It's very unique. It just struck me as being so architectural, masculine, military, and it's almost a throwback to like Titanic, if you want to say it, or portholes. And I thought, yeah, I have to wear this in the movie. This is gonna make a statement. And so it did. This is again like a door knocker. It's solid. Also, it's 0000000. This is it. This is the first one. That's never gonna happen again. So, hope you enjoy it. I had many, many hours of wearing this in the jungle, in the air, in the water. It was my companion throughout that film, and longer than that. Here it is, the Slytech. I'm signed it on the back. Slytech was kind of an interesting concept. At that time, the watch was not considered that modern. It was made primarily for World War II, for underwater demolition. So they needed a watch with a large face so they could see it. And when we brought it into the modern era, which at that time was the 90s, they thought, oh, it's more technological. Let's throw Sly in there, Slytech. And I thought, not bad. Now I'm kind of a robot. Slytech, how are you? Uh-oh. This is a friggin' statement. Trust me on this one. Because I started a whole Panerai movement, they thought, okay, let's do something commemorative for Sly. Well, they decided to make this solid block of gold. There's only one of these in the world. Only will be one of them. I suggested, why are you gonna go through all this work? Make 3 or 4. I go, no, there's one and done, and then we break the mold. You've never worn anything more solid in your life. This will never go unnoticed. Let's move all these children over here and get ready for the big brother. This is something. Let me get this right, because this is the Patek 6300G Grandmaster Chime. What I'm going to show you here is a watch that's never been touched. This is it. This is the most complicated wristwatch ever made on the planet. This is it. It doesn't get any better than this. So when the time came for me to say, what is the finest watch in the world? I'd like to own that. I said, this is it. And this is not easy to come by. I had to appeal to certain powers that be, write many letters to the board, and eventually it was determined that I was going to be the owner of one of these magnificent pieces of art. This is only available to certain customers, so you have to be with them for a while. You're just not going to walk in off the street and go, hey, I'd like to have one of those. No. This is also double-faced. 2 magnificent pieces of art, untouched by human hands. I bought this as a collector. I didn't want to, wear it around and bang it up, this and that. I thought this is the way you would treat a painting, a Monet, a work of art. You just don't thrash it about. That's for something else. This one here is you just look at it, and it's a real sense of accomplishment owning this. Saying, okay, I arrived. I guess I did something right in my life, and this is my reward to myself. It also comes with many other attachments to make owning this watch a rare privilege. Now, there's a book that comes with this, Ralph, right here. Yes, please do.
This book has your name on it?
Yes.
And
the box also has my name engraved on it, everything, so it's custom made. This, of course, you know, without going into detail, is everything you'd ever want to know about this watch. It's beautiful. It's a collector's piece in itself.
So Sly, when we talked about sending out your collection, you know, we went through the whole collection and we tried on things, and I remember seeing a lot of these on you, either out socially or in films, and I think it was a great opportunity to really look at the collection and see what was the right thing to let go at this time.
Exactly right. And I had always thought of this as something to just be admired. I wasn't going to covet it and keep it forever. That's just not my personality. I tend to enjoy things, and then I like to share them. And that's the truth. I do. There was a famous comedian once. His name was Flip Wilson. I don't know how many people remember, but I was admiring. He had a horse, and Stallone means stallion. And I was looking at this beautiful charm he had around his neck, his ivory and gold. I go, that's beautiful. And he pulled it off. I said, here, you can have it. I go, why? I don't deserve this. He goes, yeah, because I've had it for a while, I've enjoyed it, and it seems like now it's time for you to enjoy it. And I never forgot that. And this is the situation, especially with this particular watch. Look at this, I just gotta show you. They leave no stone unturned. They just put down your name everywhere, engraved. It's really been an honor to fly at this level in the world of watches. So if you want to experience perfection, there it is.